Socrateez, philosophies, and hypotheses. 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 Socrateez, philosophies, and hypotheses.
Welcome. Hey, welcome to Socrateez, Philosophees, and Hypotheses. I'm Socrateez.
I'm Philosopheez.
And these are our hypotheses. First of all, before we start taking, hypotheses and philosophies to task, Philosophees, how was your weekend this weekend, man?
It was good, man. I settled in, had some turkey, did some Thanksgiving type shit.
Oh, yeah, we did have some holiday situation coming up. How did you prepare that turkey, man?
I didn't prepare shit. I had my main bitch go there, get the turkey, come back, baste it, put it in the oven, serve it to the people.
We're talking today about the philosophy and the hypotheses that you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. It's a very popular phrase, a saying even. A lot of people kind of just lean on it without really examining whether or not, the possibilities and the impossibilities of turning a hoe into a housewife. And so I want to ask you, Philosopheez, whether or not this feat was possible or not.
I feel that...
Tell me honestly.
Honestly, I'm going to say it. If you put your hoe into the right position, you can turn your hoe into a housewife. That is my honest opinion. I do think you can do that because a lot of people are doing it right now.
I mean, could you provide any examples of how, because I come from the school is that, once you take an animal out of the wild, that you cannot deny that animal its nature. It's like taking a lion out of the jungle and then bringing it into a circus. Yeah, you may have all the prodding sticks and all the the electricity sticks and all the whips and the hoops to run through, but that's still a lion, and it's still a dangerous animal, and it's gonna revert to its naturalities, if you so to speak. And so you can never kind of take the jungle out of the animal, whether or not you take the animal out of the proverbial jungle.
You can never take the animal out of the jungle. But what you can do, I'll using a lion for an example. You can take a lion out of African savannah and put that bitch in a cage and have bars on it and keep that bitch there and look at it and make it do what you want it to do. And that's turning a hoe into a housewife. If your house has enough bars, mentally, you will get that bitch to do what you want it to do.
I'm passionate about both hoes and housewives. And so, I'm not even relying on my own judgment and opinion. So, I have a great privilege to reach out. We have in the studio Pluto.
Yes, please, Pluto.
Let's share. Pluto, we have you in the studio. Hello, are you there?
Well, I've been listening to you, young brothers, and I really appreciate your words.
All right, thank you.
I thank you for reaching out to me, and I've been doing a lot of work in the whole community as a whole, and so I appreciate you reaching out to me as an authority on the subject of, because Pluto ran through hoes, so to speak, and it was quite difficult. You had to have the divinity of the gods to even begin to take on such a.
Plato, hello.
Good.
We seem to have lost Plato, but he raised some very valid points. I mean, you say even the transitional process from hoe to housewife, it almost takes the divinity of the gods.
Nigga, spell housewife.
I mean, H-O-U.
Exactly. You can't spell housewife without the H-O.
Well, true. You got a valid point there, and I mean, I'm not even gonna front. You got me kind of low key stumped. Let's see what the streets have to say. I mean, there are people out there in the streets. We went out and asked some questions to the people out there in the streets. Let's see what the streets have to say about the subject. Let's ask the streets.
You can't turn a hoe into a housewife. You can't turn a hoe into a housewife unless she's a good hoe or an awesome housewife, and either way, she's the same thing. Anyway, so I'm just playing. There's a fundamental difference between hoes and housewives. There's a shortage of housewives and no shortage of hoes.
I don't think that's a fair term. I think that, you know, sometimes, you know, it just takes a little bit of while for that hoe to like wear off of a person. I think that any hoe can be turned into a housewife because, hey, sometimes you go through hoe phases, and everyone goes through hoe phases, and sometimes those hoe phases expire, and you're able to bounce back from that and become a housewife. And reality is, who wants a housewife that wasn't a hoe at some point? Those make the best kinds of wives. I mean, if you think about it, then that just means that she's experienced. I prefer the term experience, you know, into housewife, because, I mean, no guy wants to marry a virgin, and if he does, he's going to end up having sex with a hoe anyway because she's not going to know what she's doing.
Well, that's what the streets have to say about it. Let us know how you feel about it. Can you turn a hoe into a housewife? Reach out to us at SPH, that stands for Socrateez, Philosophees, and Hypotheses, at AnyiMalik.com. And we'll be with comments, questions, even more topics. We need to keep the generation and the conversation going, even on this comment board. Special thanks
to West Productions all day. We're going to do that all day. That's all I got.
And a special shout out to our sponsors at AnyiMalik.com. You can join us every week. We're here. I'm Socrateez.
I'm Philosopheez.
And these are the Hypotheses.